Hey guys, welcome to the second part of this week's Coffin Hero Show, taking you through all of the new single issue releases going on to the racks this week. Pull lists are of course all done and organised. Everything is good to go this week. It was actually quite a smooth delivery for a change, so thank goodness for small mercies and all that. But yeah, just to take you through everything that's here, we'll kick things off with variant covers. Quite a decent wee chunk this week. So first of all, for Batman City of Madness, we have this rather gorgeous Bill Sienkiewicz variant cover. So that's for issue 2 of Batman City of Madness. The cover A is just there, which is Christian Ward, of course, who is both writing and drawing this series. But variant cover wise, as I say, so first of all, we've got Batman Gargoyle of Gotham 2. This is such a great series. I've already read issue 2 as well, and it's just as good as issue 1. But we've got a couple of variants for it this week as well. You have Gabriel Dell'Otto, first of all, and as well as that, you have a Rafael Grampa variant, but it's also a rather lovely foil variant as well. So rather beautiful stuff. This week there's the release of something, it's called a faux simile. It's basically a facsimile of Batman issue 428, which is the issue in which Robin dies. Jason Todd, killed by the Joker, of course. But for anybody that doesn't know, back in the day, they basically had a phone line. The explosion happened at the end of 427. They had a phone line and you voted one number for if Robin should live and one number if Robin should die. And it's a bloodthirsty mob out there, so of course they voted for Robin to die. But this is actually the alternate take on it, which is Robin lives. And as well as the cover A's, which I'll show you in a second, we've got lovely foil variants for it this week as well. There's also a book this week which is called Birds of Prey Uncovered. It's part of this range DC have been doing, where they take, they basically do a book of covers but then thread a story through it. So it's covers from maybe the last couple of years. They've done it with Harley Quinn. There's one coming soon which is a Joker one. They did it with Poison Ivy, I think, as well. So this one is Birds of Prey Uncovered, and again there's this lovely David Nakayama foil variant for it, which is actually a wraparound as well, which, not fully showing here. This week is the release of Moon Knight number 30, which is the end of this Moon Knight volume. It'll be reimagined as Vengeance of the Moon Knight with a brand new number 1. But we've got, first of all, Greg Capullo doing Moon Knight, variant cover there for issue 30. And then we also have Elizabeth Torque. This is the 1/25 retailer incentive variant cover for that Moon Knight issue as well. Next up, because I clearly don't order enough Transformers for the store, we now have number 1, the 3rd printing cover by Jarrell Perel. So issue 1, if you missed that, we do still have some of the first prints, but I just like getting the variants in for each Transformers volume. And then finish off with Detective Comics, which is this week, which is issue 1079, and Jason Sean Alexander on variant cover duty there. So on to the single issues, kick things off as always with DC. You've got new Action Comics this week, so issue 1060, I believe Phil Kennedy Johnson is finishing up on Action Comics now. Gotta love that you see John Constantine on the cover there, so instantly a more interesting title with him in the works. You have Batman Robin Lives, of course just showed you off the foil, that is the faux simile. Also this week is the second part of Batman Year 1 facsimiles. So this is, again, perfect reprints, adverts and all of these classic issues. Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli, of course, doing Batman Year 1. Last week saw the release of issue 1 of that, which was issue 404, and then this is issue 405. Quite a heavy week for Batman this week. Most people would say isn't that every week, but Batman and Robin is as far as issue 4, so Joshua Williamson continued on that. This, of course, is the Bruce Damian title, and then Simone DeMeo on art. I'd already mentioned Batman Gargoyle of Gotham with some variants. That's the cover A. Again, Rafael Grampa, cannot recommend this enough. Issue 2s this week. We do still have a couple of issue 1s on the rack, so if you did miss out, I highly recommend jumping on that. More of a curiosity item this week, but this is Batman the Joker Deadly Duo Unplugged. So Batman Joker Deadly Duo, of course, was a great hardcover graphic, 7-issue miniseries by Mark Silvestri. But Unplugged, this is basically issue 1 and 2 into one issue, but it's all the inks. It is dialogue free, so it's more of an art curiosity or an art book, that kind of thing. Next up is DC 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So this is their anthology book. They always do these different holidays. So of course this is the Christmas one. A mighty menagerie of merry mayhem. So that is this week. I showed off the variant for it, but you have Detective Comics 1079. This is your traditional cover A by Evan Cagle, with continuing to be some great work that from Ram V. We have new Green Lantern this week, so Jeremy Adams, I believe, continuing with this. So Manico on art, lovely covers there as well. So again, as far as issue 6 for that. I didn't get to do a video last week because obviously the delivery was late, but Titans Beast Wars #1, what an issue. This week sees the release of issue 2. I can't remember if it was last week, it might have been a couple weeks ago, I can't remember, but Titans Beast Wars number 1 was great, and number 2 was class as well. As I say, I'm actually ahead on my my reading this week, which is nice to see. But also what they're doing with Titans Beast World is they're doing one-shot tie-ins. So rather than mini-series tie-ins and stuff like that, each one basically focuses on a different part of the DC universe. So you've already had a Metropolis one come out, and this week is Tour Gotham, so showing that side of things. So we go away from there and on to Marvel. So this week sees the release of Blade number 6, and now Dracula, so his new mentor no less. So Brian Hill continuing on with Blade. Another issue I've already read, and is genuinely one of my favourite series around at the moment, is J. Michael Straczynski's Captain America, which has Paco Medina on art for this one. So it's Captain America versus the Emissary. This is fantastic. I can't recommend Captain America enough at the moment. Next up, as part of the Gang Wars storyline, we have the Daredevil tie-in issue, which was really good as well. I've already read this. I really am on top of this week. Really, really good stuff. So Gang War is, all the gangs are trying to vie for control of the city in Spider-Man, and then it's spilled out into this gang war, and you have tie-ins from loads of different places. You got Daredevil, you got a Luke Cage tie-in, you got Spider-Woman tie-in, you got a Miles Morales tie-in. So it sort of shows where they are during all this uprising. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy number 9, I believe the penultimate issue of Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing's series on this. Kev Walker, as close to a space western as Marvel gets with that. You have Immortal Thor this week, so Al Ewing, Martin Coccolo on that. Again, as far as issue 5, the all-new Thor Corps, which follows up events from issue 4, which was rather good. I mentioned Luke Cage, so there's issue 2 of the Luke Cage Gang War tie-in miniseries. Next up is Marvel Zombies, Black, White and Blood, and we're up as far as issue 3. You'll see there Peach Momoko cover, then you have 3 different creative teams doing stories in that. For anybody that's missed out on Predator vs. Wolverine, I know issue 2 was a bit tricky to get, so Marvel have indulged us with a second printing. So second printing variant cover for that, just in case you have issue 1 that missed out on issue 2. Next up is the new Punisher title from David P. Pose and Dave Wachter on art. As far as issue 2 of this, again, I've already read this. I'm really digging this new Punisher series. It may not be Frank Castle, but as it says, the name is different. The mission remains the same. Next up is a new Spider-Gwen mini-series kicking things off. Spider-Gwen Smash, Melissa Flores on this one, who of course interviewed from on the podcast a few months back, doing part of the Massive-verse, or Radiant Black and stuff like that, but a big Power Rangers writer, but now doing Spider-Gwen Smash. We have Star Wars Bounty Hunter. We're up as far now as issue 41. This is not a series I thought would go 41 issues, but here we are, and it's still going strong. I managed to get some first print copies in as well of the Ultimate Universe one-shot, so anybody that's going to be jumping into the Ultimate Universe stuff, your Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men, etc. This is your primer issue, so I highly recommend picking that up. Managed to grab a few copies of that for the racks. And then we finish off the Marvel section with White Widow, and this is issue 2 of that. Beautiful Dave Marquez cover there. On to the indie stuff. So first of all, again, something I've already read and something I'm very much enjoying is American Psycho. This is issue 2 of Sumerian's tie-in series to the movie. Focuses on different characters, sort of on the outskirts of the movie, but definitely weaves them in through events of the film. I've got second print number 1s coming next week as well, in case you missed out, but issue 2 is this week. We have the latest Godzilla best of, and it is the best of Gigan. So this is always a collection of classic tales, all put into one place, focusing on one of the different kaiju. A new horror series is kicking off this week, which looks quite good, called Guma. This is from Titan Comics, written and created by Ji Young Lee. I've taken a copy of this myself, so I'll certainly report back on that. We have a new Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev series this week from the creators of Scarlet. Comes the origin of the new criminal. This is called Masterpiece and is released through Dark Horse Comics. We have a Sonic the Hedgehog one-shot this week, which is Winter Jam, which is obviously their sort of, Christmas themed book. Again, just a one-shot for you Sonic fans. We have Space Usagi. So, of course, Usagi Yojimbo. Doesn't everything end up in space? So, here we go. Stan Sakai continuing with that. We have new Spawn this week in the form of Spawn the Scorched, as far as issue 24. A new series kicking off this week, which I'm quite intrigued by, David Lapham's Under Heist. Brand new number 1 from Boom Studios. We finish off the single issues going in the racks this week with Michael Dialnis's Zawa and the Belly of the Beast. So a brand new all ages title. Where as far as issue 2, again, I'm pretty sure with some issue 1s on the racks as well. So yeah, quite a large week there. As I say, all pull lists are done and organised, ready to go. If you do have a pull list with us, if you don't want it anymore, please let us know. I've reached out to a couple of people in the last couple of days. Some people aren't even replying to messages. Like, we're not scary people. If you don't want to pull anymore, if circumstances have changed, if you're just not in love with comics anymore, just let us know and we'll cancel that instantly. You know, I had someone with a pull list of 18 titles, and I got in touch with them. They actually did reply to me, asking me to cancel the pull, but they'd come in and pick the issues up. I didn't even enforce that. You know what I mean? The issues will go into the back catalogue. Someone will pick them up. We're not that scared. Just let us know. Anyway, as I say, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it's proven useful for you as ever. And I look forward to seeing you in the store. Remember, open 7 days a week for the next 2 weeks in the lead up to Christmas as well. So the extra day being Sunday, 1 to 5. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in the store. Take it easy.